love it, yeah, yeah. Turns up to the people that we coming, yeah, yeah. Done being in the shadow, going public, yeah, yeah. Don't know how to bear it, how to stomach, yeah, yeah. I know where the shit and let us run it, yeah, yeah. All we know is the coolest, who they know is Thursday. Ain't nothing without a woman, no. Woman to woman, I just wanna see you low, low. I love how you go from 0 to 100, leave the dust behind. You got this, believe with your life. You got this, suicide action takes a fall. You don't get confused about a little bit of pain, and how happiness is the substitute for it.
Hello, 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 everybody. Just let me know that you can hear me okay. And let me turn my phone off onto Do Not Disturb. I am so excited to be here. I've been really looking forward to this session and giving you a sneak peek behind the scenes at my amazing business academy. Let me just switch this up so you can see me. Hey everyone. So whether you're here live or whether you're catching up on the recording, welcome. I am really excited to be here. So I have got a lot to share today, and as always, we always want to know who you are, where you are in the world. We always want to know your questions. Always keen to understand, like I want you to get the most out of the time that we spend together every time that we're together. So please do jump in with your questions. If you're watching this back on record and not live, then I will endeavour to still comment and still get back to you and answer the questions that you have. So, you know, if you know me, you may know I am slightly technically challenged at times, technologically challenged. So I'm going to be switching between screens here. We've pulled together some information for you. I've got videos to play. Let's see how it goes, right? Just buckle up for the ride and come along with me. So, as I said, if you're here live, drop us a comment. Let us know who you are. And I am going to be telling you who I am. So we always want to set intentions for our time together. There's a real power in setting an intention individually, but that is really amplified when we set an intention in a group container. One of the reasons why I just love working in groups with my clients. So do take a minute to think, you know, you're going to invest your time and energy here. This session is going to run up to 90 minutes. Even if you can't stay for all of it, you know, you're going to get access to the recording. What would you love to get from being here? What's brought you here today? What are some of the challenges that you might be facing that you'd love to get some support and some answers to? So again, please write that in your journal. I hope you've got a journal with you, and I love it when you put it in the chat box too. So let's go. What can you expect from being here? You can most definitely expect to hear a secret about how to grow your business in a way that feels easy, dare I say it. Now, I want to add a proviso to this because this is one of the things that I say often to all the women I work with and the women that I don't. And that is when I talk about it being easy or filled with ease, that doesn't mean to say that you're not going to be pushing your edge and taking leaps into the unknown and feeling scared, right, about taking risks in your business. That is part of growth. Taking risks, investing in yourself, investing in your business, doing things differently. That's ultimately how we grow, no matter what the area of our life is. So that's what, although I talk about it being easy, it doesn't mean to say you don't get to do it without being scared sometimes, which is why we don't do it alone, right? So we're going to cover a secret. I'm going to share 2 proven frameworks with you that achieve nothing short of remarkable results for my clients. And it's really going to demonstrate exactly what is different about the Feminine Edge Business Academy. Because spoiler alert, I'm definitely going to be telling you about that program today, because that's what this session is all about. I want to pull back the curtains and really give you an insider view of why it was created and the results that people get in there. Sounds good? Does that sound good? How is my Wi-Fi? I am in a hotel apartment kind of a place today, so I'm praying and hoping that it's working well. We're going to share a framework that helps you really quickly grow in levels of confidence and clarity and conviction. So I'm going to share a specific framework with you. I think I said actually I'm going to share 2 frameworks. A framework for you, a framework for your business. We're also going to be sharing stories and case studies from women who are in the academy. None of them are live at this session because they're all away serving their amazing clients or customers. But I've got a video, I've got some great quotes, and we're going to just kind of tell the story of a few of those women with their permission. I'm also going to be doing some interviews with them over the next week or so as well, so you'll get to hear it from the horse's mouth. And again, spoiler alert, I'm going to make an invitation, not just any invitation. I'm going to make a really special, super duper souped up Maximilian, my 5-year-old. He's like mega special invitation. So if you stay till the end, you're going to get a gift. If you really can't stay till the end and you're desperate to know what that is, I'm going to give you the recording and I'm going to share an email with you. And of course, hit me up, right? Hit me up in my DMs, because some of what I'm going to be sharing, it really is limited. So because it's so special. So let's go. Let's get right in there. Like I say, share your questions. Here I am. Do you know me? If you don't, I'm Mel. I am mum to Maximilian. He is the light of my life. He's just the most amazing soul I've ever met, I think. Super grateful for that guy in my life, and partner to Charlie. Charlie is the stability in our life. He's the glue that holds it all together. He is my grounding force in life. I love what I call sacred science. I love the intersectionality of spirituality and what science is now discovering, that actually ancient mystics have been teaching for millennia. I just really geek out on that stuff. And I love business strategy. So I've got 25 years experience as a coach, performance coach, executive coach. I've worked with CEOs, I've worked with leadership teams, I've designed coaching strategies, I've operated as a management consultant, helping organizations to become much more profitable by changing the way that they operate, but particularly through how they get the best out of their people. So I really know this stuff deeply. It is all I've ever done. The difference for me since my corporate career is I had an almighty burnout. We'll get to that in just a second. And I set up my own business, which means I can do my work on my terms in a way that really fits my lifestyle. And guess what? I'm super passionate about helping you do that too, because I know it's possible. So if you know me, you know that I love to get on my soapbox and bang the drum about I love helping women earn more money. I love helping women realize their fullest potential. I work with men too, by the way. So if you're a guy out there watching this, you're very welcome at this party. It's just my mission in particular is about helping to create balance in the world by empowering and uplifting women, and in particular, helping you earn more money in a way that feels good, helping you feel good about asking for more, helping you set up structures, strategies, processes in your business that enable you to predictably receive more money on a regular basis so you can truly create financial freedom for you and your family doing the work that you love. Ha! Can you tell I'm passionate about this? Okay, let's keep going. So, all these wonderful accolades these great things that I get to do and I've done, and I'm an ambassador for Women's Enterprise Scotland. I've been an international best-selling author twice, and I'm writing my own book at the moment. But that's not the full story, okay? I'm afraid to say there's a bit more to it, because 9 years ago, I had an almighty burnout, and I mean a really stinking nasty burnout. The kinds where you really don't know what, you kind of have to walk away, or I walked away from my life as I knew it to start over again. I was really suffering physically, mentally, emotionally. I'd had a lifetime of mental health issues, chronic depression and anxiety. I'd suffered quite a lot of trauma that I had never really been supported to do anything about. There was a lot I needed to unravel, and my body was also betraying me, it felt like at the time. Now I know it was something different. I just wasn't taking good care of myself. So I walked away from everything I knew to start over again, and my business was birthed as part of that process. I say my business is my first baby because I love it so. But, I think what my story taught me about you and your story is life will often give us challenges, significant challenges, which bring us to a crossroads. And I'm going to talk about that crossroads in just a moment. Let me switch between screens again. I have made a really startling discovery. I've worked with the best people all over the world at the top of their field in numerous different areas. I've worked with Brendan Burchard and been personally coached and mentored by him. I've worked for his organisation as one of his coaches. So I really learned about how can you operate in a way that's sustainable. But then I also discovered that there's a real feminine dimension to that, right? That women are not the same as men biologically, chemically, neurologically, physiologically, psychologically. So it's different for us. And what I realized on my path was I started to see through my work that there's this archetype emerging, a leadership archetype who I believe is going to change the world. And I call her the wildly awakened woman. Have you heard me talk about her before? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. What I discovered, I'm going to talk about her more in just a second. What I discovered was actually women and men are waking up all over the world and thinking, wait a minute, this is not how I want to do life. This is not working for me, and it's not working for society. And so there's this calling happening. And I've devoted my life to really understanding how can I help you answer that call. And what I discovered, I've got 3 signature programs under my belt now, which have all been, really powerful, successful programs. And what I discovered through those programs is it starts by searching for your purpose. And then once you start to really understand, how do I get that meaning? How do I scratch that itch? That was certainly where I started. Life will present you with challenges that mean you can't keep going down the same road you've been going down. And often it's really traumatic. There's a psychological term for this, post-traumatic growth. What I discovered as I was working with these women in my program, Becoming Wildly Authentic, is for them to truly realize their greatest potential, to have the balance they wanted, to have the freedom they wanted, to create the impact that they cared about, there was a business within them waiting to be born, waiting to be birthed. So my next program is called the Business Incubator, and that's all about really getting your business out the starting blocks and creating strong foundations so that you can start to create recurrent income and actually know how to do business, because we're not really taught that, right? But then I found that women wanted more, right? And were ready to really scale their business to create financial freedom. Because often when you've been really ambitious and you've performed and operated in a way that is over masculine, as in you've overplayed your masculine energy, What I mean by that is hustle, thrive, digging deep, pushing through. That only takes you so far. And what was missing was the feminine aspect. It was allowing, receiving, connection, community, compassion. It just so happens they all begin with C, right? That's what was missing. And that is what's magically woven itself through my work, is this really deep understanding and deep ability to be able to know how to help you unlock that within you to create amazing results externally. So here's what I know. If you're here, I know a couple of things. You've got a business, you're hungry for more, tell me if I'm right, you're feeling a bit stuck, and you're really kind of curious, you're searching, like, what are some of the things I can do about that? That's exactly what this program that I'm going to tell you about is for, right? It's for you if you're there. So here's another thing I know. If you have recognized yourself in some of what I've described so far, oh my God, that's what's happened to me. That's how I've ended up here. Or this is where I'm at right now. I can recognize some of what Mel's saying. Do you want to know the good news? You are literally destined to succeed. It's written in the stars, right? You have a soul contract. You're destined to do this thing. And the only thing that's going to stand in your way is you. So let's keep bashing through. And like I said, with please give me your comments. So let me tell you about this new leadership archetype that is emerging. I really deeply believe we're living at a moment in time, a moment in history where we're at a turning point. Actually, the whole of society, I'm going to talk about the society I know, as in the Western world in particular, is really recognizing we can't keep going the way we have been. This isn't working on every level. It's not working for the climate. It's not working for Mother Earth. It's not working for our communities. You know, the division is just getting bigger and bigger. And we can see the power structures that are in place that are really stoking that division, right, between people. We can see it happen in a very acute way in our politics. It's everywhere. So we know, and this is what my background in change tells me, that things need to get worse before they get better, because that's what gives people the appetite and the desire to commit to change, because it's hard. It's not easy, right? We're kind of wired not to change, biologically wired not to change. So it does take effort, it takes time. And here's something I'm going to give you for free. The number one underrated quality of a successful business owner or person: patience. You're not going to get there first time every time. Now, that said, the women I work with create, like, miraculous results. Not every single one all the time, but they do. One of my clients' first contract in her brand new business was worth 150k. She had her annual target with her first contract. Somebody else who we've been working together through the academy actually diversified her business model, secured her first big 50k contract, and had an online course, which was part of her mission and dream, or part of her dream was, I just want to earn money in my sleep. So we optimized it, and that happens. Like, it is possible to create big, amazing results. I'm just going to cut to the chase here. I'm going to encourage you to raise your prices. I'm going to encourage you to diversify your business model so that you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. I'm going to encourage you to probably try and do less marketing, as in all the things, and hone in on one or two things that are going to amplify each other and work as an ecosystem. Like, I do things differently, right? I'm not a guru, and I do not teach you one size fits all. Here's my way, this is what you need to do. What I teach you, and I really think what's necessary for the world, is what's the right unique mix for you to get what you want quickly with utmost ease, right? It's not all going to be easy. What does that look like for you? That's the difference. So this wildly awakened woman, she knows she has to do things differently because she is the change that needs to be seen in the world. She doesn't look out there expecting for people to lead her. She knows that comes from within. And she's willing to do what it takes to fulfill her potential, to shine her light brightly in the world, because she knows that that is what the world desperately needs, is more people shining their light authentically. Am I right? We need it. We need it. So, questions? Any questions? So this woman has an authenticity that sparkles and shines, and you know it by being in her presence. She has a deep sense of self-worth. She trusts her instinct. She trusts her intuition. She trusts her wise voice within. She feels worthy to receive. She knows her value in the marketplace. Doesn't she? Don't we need more of her? Is she you? Is that part of you in there listening to this, feeling something awaken? I really want you to pay attention to that. I want you to pay attention to your body as you're listening to this. Because there is a part of you that always knows what you need and always knows your next best move. And that is your intuition, your wisdom, your soul. And again, part of my gift is to be able to connect you to that voice and drown out this mean bitch that lives up in our heads, the one that's driven by fear. Let's get on to some of the challenges in just a second, actually. Okay. So, we know we need to become that wildly awakened woman. But what gets in the way? I would love you to tell me, and I may have already thought of a few already, but I'd love you to tell me, what are the biggest challenges that you face in having more, being more, creating the success that you want? What are some of the biggest challenges that you face? Here's one I see all the time. So many decisions. Do this, do that. Ultimately, doubting yourself. Who's heard me talking about the hokey cokey? Have I coached any of you on the hokey cokey? It's like, you know that song, the hokey cokey? You put your left foot in. That's my right hand, but Charlie will tell you I'm still not great with my left and right, if I'm being totally honest. So you put your left foot in, your left foot out. It's in, it's out, it's in, it's out. And we can get so exhausted not getting anywhere. Right? Because we just get so stuck. There's so many decisions to make. There's so many possibilities. There's so many ways you could get it wrong. There's so many ways you could fail. There's so many ways you could waste money, right? So you don't take the action that's needed because you get all stuck, feeling overwhelmed by all the decisions. Decision fatigue is real, and it's even harder when you're an entrepreneur. Now, I would love to be able to see your face and to see a show of hands on this one. How comfortable do you feel with what to charge? How comfortable do you feel about what to charge? How comfortable? Oh, I've just noticed there's comments. Sorry, everyone, I've not been seeing the comments. Hey, Ella. Hey, Mel. Hey, Diana. Want to do things differently, but being afraid of failure. Exactly. And here's what I want you to hear, right? I was talking about this yesterday. So I told a story yesterday. Let me just tell you quickly. I was at an event yesterday with Women's Enterprise Scotland. And we were talking about the power of telling stories, because we're role models, right, for women in business. That's part of what it's all about, that community, is to kind of show what's possible. And I told a story that when I was in the early stages of my business, and I remember this, Maxie was a baby, I was looking for who are the strategic relationships that I need to have? Who do I need to know who has a same or similar mission to me that has access to the people that I need access to? And I phoned up, I looked up these organisations, and Wes was one of them. And I was like, okay, there's a chief exec, Carolyn Curry. I was like, okay. And I phoned her out of the blue. And I just said, hey, this is who I am. This is what I care deeply about. This is the difference I want to make. It looks to me like you want to do that too. I think we should talk. And I told that story yesterday, and Carrie remembered it. She remembered, and not long after that, the ambassador program came up, and I became an ambassador. But what the point I was making is, look, I was terrified when I did that, right? I don't want to sit here being like, oh yeah, it was really easy. No, it felt scary. But that one move, having the courage to do that, right? That one thing has created so much opportunity for me in my business. It's helped me reach so many more people. I've been booked on international stages because of it to speak. And it's helped me make a bigger difference. And we were talking, and write this down what I'm about to say. I was talking with Carrie, and I was like, what's really helped me, and one of the things I teach my clients is whenever I'm feeling like, oh my God, I can't do that, it feels too much, it feels too far, I'm going to get emotional. I connect with my purpose and my mission and who I'm here to serve. And that is always more important than my fear. And when you can do that, right, when you have the power of that, when you can do that, when you've got somebody holding your back and you've got somebody saying, hey, look, this is how it feels, it's okay, we all feel like that. Do it anyway. I'm going to tell a story about, so you're going to see a video from Libby, one of my wonderful clients who's in the academy. And she's going to say, Mel really pushed me to raise my prices. I'm like, yeah. And she did. And she sold it at the new price, which was double, within a week. Libby made the investment back for the academy within about 6 weeks of joining. I think she doubled the investment that she made in the academy within 6 weeks or 8 weeks of joining it. I mean, that blows my mind, right? That's the kind of thing that's like, I gotta tell more women about this because, people need to know about how powerful this is. So when you come from that energy of, I have got value to share, do you want some? Come with me. It's really easy, isn't it? It's really easy to sell, to share your value, to make a bigger difference in the world. So yeah, it's a self-worth thing. Absolutely a self-worth thing and a positioning thing. And ladies, I am so grateful that you're here. Let's keep going. We know that this is relevant. Okay. What to charge is a difficult one. What if I fail? We've kind of talked about that, right? Well, what if you do? I'm going to be there. I'm going to pick you back up. If I've got a client who's been going through a humdinger of a time of it, really, an absolute humdinger of a time. And what I said to her was, look, you're going to look back at what you're experiencing right now and see it as a defining moment in your life when you stepped up and became the leader that you know you're capable of. That's what's going on here, right? Claim your power here. Claim your power from the circumstances that are really beating you down. We've always got that option. But it's so hard when we're tired and we're isolated and we're slogging out on our own, right? Isolation's tough. And of course, we feel frazzled. We feel overwhelmed with all the things. Because this person says I should do LinkedIn, and this person says it's Insta, and this person over there says I need a funnel. What's a funnel? And this person over there says the only way to do it is that way. Well, no, the reality is, see all of those things. All of them are great. But you're not going to grow your business fundamentally through social media. Controversial viewpoint, but probably one that makes you breathe a big sigh of relief, right? What I teach is at the heart of everything is that you're authentic and you put relationships first and you deliver a first class service. Then you're going to get the people who want that. You don't need to sell en masse to be highly successful. That can come later. You will need social media for that when you want to truly scale to 7 figures. Well, it's not essential, but it's definitely a really helpful strategy. You're going to need funnels and stuff like that, yeah. But knowing when to do it and when you don't need to do it is priceless. I wish I'd had that. So when I've been designing this program, it's really been thinking about what did I need? I've been in this business game for about. Hey Sandra, glad you made it. I've had my own business for about 8 years. I mean, really, I've had it for about 5 or 6 because the first couple of years were not focused on building my business because I was focused on taking care of my dad while he died, and actually, kind of profound connection to what I was just saying about the hardest of times shape you into who you're here to become. What I gained from that experience with him, I've been able to go so deep and create such a safe, intimate space for us. There's nothing that you can tell me, there's nothing you can experience that's going to faze me. I can hold the space. It's just made me really good, even better. It's just made me really good at being able to bring calm and safety to the tumultuous nature of pushing your edge and your comfort zone. So let's keep going. So 4 pillars, right? Those things I talked about. Here's one of the frameworks and one of the strategies that is essential. 50% of your business success is related to, maybe even more, who? You. Nobody else really teaches this. This is one of the things that's unique about the program. Your business is a reflection of you. Your business is the vehicle through which you go and do wonderful work in the world, right? So if you are doubting yourself, if you're worrying, if you're filled with fear, you're not going to be able, it doesn't matter how good the strategies are, you're not going to execute them to maximum impact, okay? So 50% is about you. It's about how you feel, how you're showing up. It's about your wealth consciousness. It's about your self-worth. It's about your ability to sustain your performance and your well-being ultimately, right? Your energy. And it's about your wisdom and your ability to really tap into that part of you. So I call them the 4 pillars of the feminine edge. And they're incredibly powerful. Once you learn to prioritize them and strategize, I'm just going to whiz through these. Everything changes. Wealth, and honestly, I have conversations with women who have 7-figure businesses and still have, kinks to iron out about money. It's really inherent in our conditioning that we're not supposed to ask for it. We're not supposed to feel good about it. If we have it, we're a certain type of person. And I'm so passionate about this. Like, my ultimate mission is I want to help women earn more money because there is more than enough money in the world. It's not distributed equitably, evenly, or fairly. And we need to do something about that. One of the clients you're going to hear from later, Libby, said, she said, you know what, Mel? I actually feel like I have an obligation now to earn more money and to charge more because of, like, I feel so differently about it. And I was like, yes, I want you to feel that responsibility, not in a way that feels heavy, in a way that feels like, right, let's get to work. This is what I'm here to do. Let's do it. Right? Shifting that energy around money and wealth is absolutely vital. Really, really is. and your well-being. We want you to be in flow. We want it to feel easy. So we're building your business on strong foundations. We want you to feel in your feminine energy, in your feminine flow, in that feminine sense of empowerment, where it's not just about hustle and grind and go, go, go. There are times for that, right? There are seasons for that, but that's not the only way. So what about my business, Mel? I can hear you say. So let's just jump on to talk about that. And yeah, you're right. The gender pay gap is getting worse. And guess what? I've got some stats here. Thanks for the stat reminder. You know what I'm like? I just get off on one. I go off on I've got so many pages of notes. I've barely looked at them because I go off on. I get all passionate and go off on a tangent, but that's fine. So the pay gap is 14%. Your daughter's granddaughters at the current trajectory of pace will still not get paid the same as your daughter's grandsons. But if you've got a business, is it better or worse? It's more than double worse. It's over 35% because we bootstrap. We don't pay ourselves enough money. We don't charge enough. And when you've got your own business, you really have the opportunity to do it your way, to decide. You really, really do. And you're right. We don't listen to our intuition enough, which is exactly why Diana, wisdom, is one of the pillars. So, is this resonating, ladies? And is it helping? Is it helping? There is so much more I can say about it all, but we have a lot to cover. So let's keep cracking on. I'm so excited that you're here, everyone. Honestly, I love you, right? And I know, like, I'm just going to say it. I really want somebody to come and join me in the academy. I really do. I really, really, really do, because it's amazing. It really is amazing. Anyway, here's the business pillars that we cover. We design you a self-centered business, and that's us ensuring you can create the level of success you want, the level of income, the level of impact. It's different for everybody. There is no cookie cutter, and it evolves. So what I wanted 5 years ago is really different. Well, some of it's different. So honestly, some of it's exactly the same. But I can honestly say my life now is what I wanted it to look like 5 years ago. Everything about it is that. And that, honestly, forever grateful for just, staying committed to my vision. And I encourage you to do the same. Dream big, and just get in the game and just commit and stay patient. That's why you need to honor your body, right? This sacred vessel is the only one you're getting. If you don't take good care of it, it's never going to feel as easy as it could. Okay, sorry, back on my soapbox there. So you need to focus on the right strategies for you and your business to feel confident and empowered. And you need to know, how can I create financial freedom through my business? Because what we are not in the market for here is an 80-hour-a-week poorly paid job, which is the risk, right, when you have your own business. So we design something that I call an optimized business ecosystem. Oh, as if by magic, there it is. So it's really simple and it's really comprehensive. Let me know if the sun is getting in the way. Oh, thanks, Diane. Oh, that's nice. I've had to close the curtains for the sun, so let me know if I need to do anything else with that. So this optimized business ecosystem, I'm going to make it a bit bigger. Let me see if I can make it a bit bigger. There we go. Super simple. It's about who you are. How can you stand out from the crowd? You differentiate yourself in a sea of people who do similar things to you. This really activates a lot of people's imposter syndrome. We don't need to do that, right? You do not need to feel like an imposter or second best, because we go so deep on your brand and really understanding what makes you uniquely you and how we can use that and amplify that to differentiate you in the marketplace, that you're unique. And that's really what we work on. So we go really deep on that, and we do that by creating messaging, copy, things, assets that you can use in campaigns. We talk about what you do. And this is about designing your unique signature. It could be a methodology if you've got a service-based business. What's the framework you take people through? Are you a consultant or a coach? What about if you are a product-based business? What's your USP, right? What is it that's unique about your product? And what we also want to do, once we understand that, is we use that to build out what I call the stairway to 6 or 7 figures, or your value ladder, your offer stack. There's lots of names for it. And that looks at what are the different types of offers you have in your business, how do they support each other, and how do they have that golden thread running through them of your brand and the difference, like the impact you want to create. Because once you've got some of these frameworks and tools, it's really easy to see how you can do that. And the kind of advice that I give in the academy is what to do when, why you might pick one thing first, or actually it's too early to make a decision. Here's some of the things you can go and do to get clear, to get the data that you need to make the right decision. But this, we work on this. This is also directly connected. These 4 things are directly connected to each other. But that's very connected to your business design as well, because we want to kind of get you find an opportunity. Say you've got a product-based business. How can you sell one to many with one relationship? I create a contract instead of going and trying to find 50 people on social media when you're starting out or when you want to scale. How do you find one person that gives you access to those 50 people? That's a really simple way of describing it. Or, how do you create assets that you can make money from those assets without you actually having to do anything once it's created? So I did this recently with a client where we spent some time together kind of looking at the design of our business, hatching a new offer. And she was really clear that could actually, she could scale that to 7 figures plus over, I'd say she could do it in 2 to 3 years, but definitely in 5. Now you'll hear that I'm using really realistic timescales here, because I'm not one of those people that's like, oh yeah, you can do that. These things take time. But guess what? The next day, she went and sold the first contract for 55K to build it. And then she'll be able to scale it. I mean, that can happen quickly. Scaling to the 7 figures is going to take more time and energy and actually team and infrastructure. But that's what business design is all about, because that's about how you do it. Sorry, that's a typo. It shouldn't say who you are. How you do it. And we want your business to basically guarantee that you're not going to burn out. Because I'm the anti-burnout queen over here. So we very much look at your business design and how you do business. And that's about team. It's about strategy. It's about systems. It's about automation. It's about how your business is built so that these things can happen easily and well. And the other area is around your customer's journey. So this is about having a real connection and forming a deep relationship from the first touch point that people have with you to I'm ready to say yes to you. And it's also about building campaigns that will convert people from, oh, I don't know who she is, or I didn't know I needed that service, to, yeah, I'm in, she's my woman. That's my person right there. So we want to, and so I'm a trained copywriter and digital marketer now. That's one of the kind of strings I've added to my bow in the last couple of years. So I love being able to help with this stuff. And of course, my management consultancy background means I've got a lot of value to add around the design, the proposition, the profitability. So yeah. Okay, how are we doing? So any questions about this? It's cool, isn't it? You like it? Let's just keep scooting forward. Now, this is a busy slide. I just want to show you a taste of what sits behind that ecosystem. So I've not actually spoken to you about what I mean by an optimized business ecosystem. What I mean is that the things that you do strategically align to feed each other, right? So you don't need to do everything, and you certainly don't need to do it all at once, but it's about understanding what are the key things you need to do that's going to get you the quickest results for this season, because we work seasonally in the academy. I'll tell you more about that in a few minutes, to ultimately get you to your end game further down the line. So we do a lot of seasonal work, we do a lot of sequencing, and we do a lot on strategy. So, some of the masterclasses will be around these topics. So we've done a masterclass on the psychology of ethical selling. How can you sell in a way that feels really good to you, that feels ethical, it feels full of integrity, but actually converts people, and you understand some of those psychological triggers and the way you can hook people in an ethical way. We want to get deep into your messaging, your values, your tone of voice. We want to get deep into your products and services and what that blend looks like. And if it's best, when is the right time to start hiring your team? When is the right time to expand that? What can you automate? How can you use AI in your business? That's a really hot topic right now, right? So I'm not an expert on that, but I know someone who is. So another thing that's really exciting about the academy is that there's external, it's not just me teaching. We've got some, and I mean, I couldn't believe they said yes. Like pinch me, oh my God, has she said yes that she's going to come and teach in the academy? And of course they did, right? Because, magic and all that. So you'll see there is a lot of solidity behind it. Now, relax. We've got 12 months. The academy is designed as a 12-month program for a reason, because I am going to read my notes for this bit, because you don't need to do it all at once. You can have spaciousness, and we know that you're in it for the long haul. And although you can get results really quickly, actually overnight sometimes, to sustain the results and to build the infrastructure that you need to sustain those results, you want time. You want to feel spacious. So work with me. So humor me here, my loves, right? Close your eyes. Close your eyes for a moment. We are in the midst of a shifting of the ages, and women and men all over the world, we are awakening. We see injustice in our societies and the ways they've been built, and we want to bring balance. We see profiteering and trauma within our medical systems, and we want to bring healing. We look at our political and policing systems and wonder where it all went wrong. But in amongst it all is a flicker that grows stronger, a flame of a new age, the flame of the feminine. After millennia of oppression, it pulses and grows. We see new ways to lead. We have new ideas to create products, services, and ways of working. We feel trapped, dissatisfied, and diminished by old traditional businesses and corporations that treat us like numbers, only there to increase the profit margins that benefit the few. We feel a rising sense of possibility. It wakes us in the night. It's visceral and all-encompassing, exhilarating and terrifying all at once. And we feel called to step up and take a stand, to do things and be someone that takes bigger risks to make a bigger difference in the world, to guide us and propel us into taking the leap into the unknown. Life lays down challenges that offer us choices. We face crossroads that once upon a time we could never have anticipated would be part of our paths. Yet we find ourselves standing there, facing the fork in the road nonetheless. Which way should I go? Which path should I take? Your soul whispers to you of possibilities and offers you glimpses of your destiny. More and more you let yourself dream of a future where you run as fast as you can to leap wholeheartedly in. a future where you dance to the beat of your own drum, a future of your own creation as you set to work unraveling who you were told to be and start to consciously create who you came here to be. Then one day, the seeds of your destiny are clear to see. A business wants to be born through me, but how will I do it? What will they say? How do I get clients? How much will they pay? You start just by taking small steps every day. Then life rises to meet you and shows you the way. I've started, it's exciting, I'm making it real. Then I know unlocks your doubts and all the places still to heal. I never signed up for this washing machine. I don't know who I am, how to sell, who to be. Don't worry, sweet soul. You are not on your own. There's a place you can go where we all learn to grow. We connect with our mission and our deep, loving why. We have purpose and passion, and we all learn to fly. We find our unique message and essence and brand. We learn how to share it and become a guiding hand. We learn to love money in all the right ways. We call it, we claim it, we show it just where to flow. We love it and cherish it and watch how it grows. We learn to love selling and open up to receive. With wisdom and grace, we create wealth with ease. We build up our business on foundations of freedom. We honor our bodies, bring balance and love. We showcase our talents, our gifts with the world. We learn to trust our instinct and share our heart with the world. We listen to our soul, sing our heart's deepest prayer, and commit to each other. We will peel back the layers. Peel back the layers of the pain and the hurt that led to us doubting our wisdom and trust. Trust in our path, turn our face to the sun, and step forward boldly. Now this new world has begun. So for those of you who are ready to step forward and continue the journey, I am about to tell you more about the Feminine Edge Business Academy. Because, my love, what's the secret? You staring at her. You stare at her in the mirror every day. You are the secret. You are the most precious aspect and element and strategic advantage that your business could ever have. You. And when you learn, when you're supported, when you feel safe to take risks as part of a loving community, anything's possible. Everything becomes easier. Not necessarily less scary all the time, but definitely easier. So let me tell you more about the program. There are 3 core pillars: coaching, curriculum, and community. The whole essence of the Feminine Edge Business Academy is about helping you do business your way. Do business in a way that is authentic to you, and do business in a way that lets you fulfill your potential and realize your big dreams, realize your vision. It's a 12-month program. I've talked a lot about some of this. We develop brand, messaging, marketing strategies. We help you grow your confidence. We help you grow your business. We help you sustain your performance as a woman, so it has a really feminine aspect to it. And we want to give you unshakable confidence, right? Coaching is really going to help you with that. Always having that place and that space to bring your worries, your doubts, your questions, your curiosities, or just like, Mel, how do I hit the ground running with this? How do I do this quickly? You're going to have your own personalized business roadmap. So the tools, the templates, you don't need it all at once. It really is about, Max's favourite thing is a pick it. He calls it the picker wall, the pick and mix when we go to the cinema. So, you can go and pick and mix the things, and I'm going to help you know exactly what it is that you need for your goals and your ambitions. And these women, I mean, you belong there, right? They're just amazing. And when you read their testimonials, you'll see that they love being able to hear each other and what they're facing. And actually, they learn so much from listening to each other's challenges as well. So there's 4 seasons of support. We have, every month there's 3 sessions. So there's like a weekly session, 3 weeks out of 4. We work in seasons of 90 days because we want you to have a really clear sense of what's the number one goal I want to be achieving over this next 90-day period, to give you real success, chance of success for that. And we want to stop, pause, reflect, recalibrate. So our 90-day workshops enable us to do exactly that. You're always focused on what you must be doing rather than all the things you could be doing. Make sense? We have this beautiful hub. I was going to try and go on it live, but I don't think that's a good idea. So what we've got in there is masterclasses, group coaching calls, everything. If you can't make anything live, it's fine. Everything gets uploaded to the hub where you can access it when you can. But of course, I definitely encourage you to make it live when you can. You're fully onboarded and given all the info you need about the hub. You gain access to, here we go, masterclasses, copy critique. So that's an opportunity to kind of come and bring your copy and your message in and get some real support around how do I create a campaign out of this, or what do I need to do next? What does that look like? There's group coaching, of course. There's a live event. I've not announced this yet. I'm going to announce it next week. Sequence, strategy and celebration. It's going to be in Edinburgh in December. I'm excited for that. This is quite small, the text. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to click you on to Libby.
Mel has now taken things to the next level. And
let's just see
what she's done for me.
Can you guys hear that? You let me know that you can hear that. Let me know that you can hear Libby. I'm just going to hit play, okay?
Very clearly and simply has shown me what's possible. She's just expanded my view of what's available and what's possible, which I hadn't even considered. So looking at my business model and just expanding the view of that to incorporate different ways of working with people has made it more enjoyable for me, more varied, more fun, and more flexible for the people that I work with. And another important thing that Mel brought to my attention, which has really helped, is understanding the rhythm in working. So not pushing things constantly, but to recognize that we have rhythms, particularly as women, and working with these cycles and rhythms actually benefits you and your business when you allow yourself to move at the times when it's right to move and to rest when you need to rest. So that just makes the whole thing more efficient. And again, you enjoy it more because you're in a better place to move your business forward at the right time. And another major shift that's happened since working with Mel is that she really challenged me on the amount that I charge people to work with me. And she pushed me beyond my comfort zone. But I have to say that following through and trusting and just acting on Mel's suggestions has allowed me to, for example, within a couple of weeks of doing this, I signed up 3 new clients in different ways in my business model and charged more than I expected to charge, and they were happy to pay for it. So it seemed to bring me up to speed with being confident in charging for the value that I offer people. So again, that was Mel who helped me see this in a really positive and powerful way. So I can't thank you enough, Mel. And I would encourage anybody who's on the fence about the Business Academy to make the investment and to to trust it, and to work with Mel in a way that you're going to really enjoy. You're going to love it. So go for it is what I would say. Thanks again, Mel, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you, wonderful Libby. Oh, isn't that beautiful? You know, being part of programs has been a really important part of my journey and my development. And I don't know, I'm curious, right, about how you feel. But I remember when I used to see people on stage telling their success stories, I used to sit in that audience. I used to say, I'm going to be up there. And it used to drive me. Not in a competitive way where it was because I wanted to be better than the woman who was standing telling her story, but because a part of me knew that I could. Now, there was this other part of me telling me all the reasons why it might not happen, right? That's what we need to work on. But a part of me knew, you do belong there, Mel. You do belong there telling your story. And that part of you, that empowered part of you, look, this is not for everyone, right? This is not for all of you. I'm going to get into the detail of it and the investment and stuff in just a minute. But it is for some of you. And I want you to really connect with the highest version of yourself to make your decision. Connect with that. And by the way, you don't need to make your decision alone, because I've got a little something exciting about that too. And guess what? I did stand on stage as a success story with one of my mentors in Florida at an event with hundreds and hundreds of people at it. I've got the photos somewhere. And I just stood there and said, this is how I did it. I did it scared. I picked up the phone, I sent the emails, I did the outreach to put myself out there when I didn't want to. But I had some strategy. And so, when it didn't work, I learned from it and I picked myself back up and did it again even better. So just connect with that empowered part of you that knows, because if you're here, there's every chance this is for you, right? That you're meant to be part of our tribe. You're meant to be part of our community. And if not this time, next time. But this time, why wait, right? There's a few reasons as well, practical reasons why it's going to be good for you to do it this time. So I'll just skip back. I'm going to share a brochure with you after this, and these are in there. But what they're saying is they love being opened up to possibility. They love the women. They love the sense of community. They love hearing each other's stories and challenges and learning. They're all earning more money than ever before. Every one of them. Every one of them is charging more, has had their best month ever, or their biggest contract ever. Everyone. And and it's actually happening easier than they thought it would. I'm not here to guarantee results for you. I would never do that. But if this is the right fit and you're at the right point in time, you're going to get results and they're going to happen quickly if you take the action, right? Please don't invest in this if you're not going to follow through with action, because it's just going to be a waste of your time, money, and energy. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's keep going into the program. Libby's great, by the way. So what will you receive? You've got your seasonal strategy workshops that happen every 90 days. There'll be one of them in September for you. We've got monthly masterclasses. There's copy critique sessions every month. There's community coaching calls every month. There's frameworks, tools, strategies like fill in the blank templates, done for you tools. You've seen the hub that's there. These are some of the things that we will be working on. But it gets even better. You get access to 2 of my amazing programs, Becoming Wildly Authentic and the Business Incubator. That gives you all the curriculum you need for those 4 pillars. And it gives you can dip into that as you need to. Some of you have already done some of those programs, I think. And there's more. There's more. This is a taster of some of the experts who are coming into the program to teach us. We have got the amazing Laura Wright, who's going to teach you all about really selling from a place of feminine energy. She's my coach. She's amazing. We've got Sarah McCrum, who wrote Love Money, Money Loves You, coming to teach us about the energy of money. That's in September. We've got the amazing Dina Berman on PR and publishing and how to grow your business through PR. Jackie, if you need to go, keep an eye on your emails, my love. Drop me an email. I'll get you all the info. You know, there's just so much amazing goodness in there. I'm going to bring women in to talk to us about SEO strategy. I'm probably going to bring somebody in on LinkedIn. You know, you tell me what you need. I'll get it. I'll get it for you. Because we are stronger together. And we want to be part of a community of amazing women to help other women rise. I want you to be one of those experts doing a masterclass for the Academy in the future. 100%. I want you to be one of my coaches, right? Like, that's what I want. I want to create an ecosystem that shares wealth and success. That's part of my vision. But you can't get it if you don't lean in. What else? There's going to be an event in December. You're going to get, if you're one of the first 5 people for this seasonal intake to sign up, and I've got a few provisos in that, you're going to get a VIP private strategy session with me to map out your personalized business roadmap. And for those of you who choose to pay in full, and there's also a monthly option to make it really accessible for you, you also get a seasonal one-to-one coaching session with me. So every season, you're going to get private coaching from me. So what's the investment? $747 a month, 11 payments, or if you want to pay in full, it's $7,500. And that's for the full 12 months of support. Now, I want to just remind you that my goal for you is to get you that money back ASAP. Right? Definitely within the first season, if not quicker. We want to just get you that money back as quickly as possible through sales, through clients, through customers, so to a new contract, so that you can relax. If you are wondering, it maybe feels like it's going to push my edge financially, let's chat, right? Talk to me about it. I really don't want you to make a decision to step in if it's going to truly splatter you and stress you out. But if it's like, oh, that feels a bit scary, but I know deep down I need it, well, that's a different conversation, right? So the good news is, because you have stayed to the end, applications are open, and I am going to give you, let me just grab the link and put it in the chat. I'm going to give you a free business breakthrough strategy session with me, one-to-one. That's an opportunity for us to review your application, right? And to look at where you're at in your business, what your goals are, what your big vision is, some of the things you've been trying, what's been working, what's not been working, so we can get a really clear view if this is the right fit for you at this moment in time. Okay? I want to make sure, I want you to be successful. I want the Academy to be successful. So, I want to make sure that you are the right fit for the Academy, right? I don't just want people to kind of sign up and not get the most out of the program. And that's how I know, so I'm just trying to get this link for you. That's how I know that's happened so well, because all of the women are getting such great results. So the link is on there, but let me also put it in here. There. So you should be able to see the link. I've opened up my diary all of next week. All I'm doing next week is talking to you beautiful women, reviewing your applications and agreeing whether you come in. Now, there is a deadline to book in that call, right? Which is the 4th, Monday the 4th. So you need to book the call by Monday the 4th to get the bonuses, right? The fast action bonuses and stuff. It's okay that if the call hasn't happened by then, you just need to have booked it in, yeah? So that we can see it in the diary. And that means you'll get access to all of the early bird stuff, all of the fast action stuff. So does anybody have any questions right now while we are here? What do you think? What do you think of the Academy? Does it look amazing? Honestly, I love it. I know you're not supposed to I know you're not supposed to have favourite kids. I love all my programmes for different reasons. But what I love about this and what the feedback is like the fact it's so like the seasonality of it is lovely. Oh, I forgot to say. So every month you've got a week off, and every 90 days you've got a couple of weeks off. And it's just that chance to like catch your tail, school holidays. I don't want you to do this in a really like masculine fraught way. I want you to relax and get into your flow, okay? And realize that actually creating what you want is just as much about allowing it to come to you as going out and getting it. That's the magic here, my loves. That is the magic. So, questions for me. Questions for me. Do you have them? I think I might have written some down actually that I've had in and that I got last time. Okay, here we go. So, fast action bonus private strategy session. I talked about that. Book your call for next week by Monday. How much time? Here's some FAQs. How much time will I need to make it work? So realistically, you're talking at least 2 to 3 hours a week. If you do more than that, see what I want to do is integrate the actual work into the way you run your business. But you need to be showing up for masterclasses or group coaching or whatever. Those sessions typically take about 90 minutes, sometimes a wee bit longer. The 90-day sessions are normally half-day sessions. And then, of course, you've got access to like self-led material, so stuff that you can go and do whenever you feel like it, as well as the live stuff. There's so much in there. It's just, it really is amazing value. The bonuses alone add up to more than the program itself, The more you lean into the work, the better your results are going to be, but you don't need to be doing more than, 3 hours a week. I would say. I think that's a realistic estimate, plus the tools that you're going to be applying in your business. That's part of how you do business. So that would be part of your strategy block time in your business to work on your business. Make sense? Are there any face-to-face elements? Yes. So there's a face-to-face event in December. I'm going to be hosting a retreat next April, I think, putting the finishing touches to that. You get that the retreat itself isn't fully part of this program, but you'll get early access and you'll get a much reduced rate for the retreat. So I'll be aiming to do live events at least a couple of times a year, and retreats the same once or twice a year. So yes, we will be getting in a room together and hanging out and hugging for real life. Thank you, Mel, my love. Amazing. Yes. Get some time with me next week and let's catch up, because I would love you in there. That would be great. Yeah, and you know what? It is good value, and it's priced for transformation, because you need skin in the game, right? But we want you to get that return on investment. So one thing I'm going to say, I've not written it anywhere. At what point in your business would this work best? Really good question. So there's someone in the academy who is just literally launching our coaching business, and she's got an amazing first contract. And what it's done is given her the spaciousness to kind of like build her coaching business and finalize her coaching certification and stuff. But she's also doing this kind of bigger piece of work where she's using her coaching, and she's also doing a bit of consultancy work as well. So she's right out the starting blocks, but she knows she wants a big business. Like, she's ambitious for 6+ figures. So that feels good. It's really, and actually in one of the testimonials, Libby said, even if you're starting your business, it works, or if you're ready to scale. And so if you've got foundations in place and you're ready to like scale, it's great for that. If you're newer in business and you need to put the foundations in, but you know you want to scale, it's really good for that too, because you've got all the kind of framework, my business foundations framework, and all that content. So I'll be saying to you, right, what you need to do at this stage is go and do this thing over here. And once that's done, then we're going to move on to that. So I can help you build only the bits you need of your business if you're in the earlier stages, rather than everything at once. So I hope that answers your question. So it's been designed for women, ambitious women who want to create and scale businesses that they know they want to make a difference with. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to be working full time. And that's the magic of the program. Is we want to build you a business working the hours you want to work, giving you the money you want. And that really is about your pricing and your proposition. So this is the last time. I'll probably say, ask any other questions, my loves, right? This is the last time it's going to be 7,500. So it's actually got a £1,500 discount on it. From October onwards, as in September intake is the last one, it's going to be 9,000, which I still think is insane value. But there is, and you know, this is the second intake, the second seasonal intake. The first one was in May. I've got really strong proof of concept and how well it's working. So I want to just ramp that up now. And I want to call people in to get going, which is why I'm making it so attractive with that discount. But you can join anytime, is the truth, right? That's the truth of the matter. You can join anytime. But I want you to join in September. I want you to join sooner rather than later to get a lovely discount and to get more time with me. Because as the program scales, you're not going to get as much time with me, right? Because there's going to be too many people in it, and I'm going to be bringing in other coaches and stuff as well. So, and you can be one of those coaches. Always love to share a success story. Okay, so I'm so excited to talk to you next week, Mel. Anyone else that's watching, please get the time in the diary with me. I would love to talk to you about if it is the best fit and if it is right for you. And if not, that's okay. It's a zero pressure conversation. Like I say, it's in everybody's best interest that this is right for you, that you only join if it is the right thing for you. So thank you, my loves. Mwah. It's been so great to hang out. Sending you all lots of love. Watch out for some emails. Watch out for the brochure. The brochure is going to give you all the information you need. It's going to have different options in there about the payment plans and so on. And yeah, get that time in my diary. And I'll send the link out with the brochure as well. So, mwah. Take care. Talk soon.